Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. So in this portion of the video, we're going to get into what brush sizes work for what and perfecting your lines. So these brushes right here that I'm holding up is the main brushes you are going to see when you are doing nail art. The longer brush I think is used for covering more space, but the shorter brushes are used to actually draw those thin lines. Now using the shorter brushes to draw the lines, for me it's like holding a pencil, so it make it 10 times more easier for you to have control over it than the longer brushes. Not saying the longer brushes are bad or anything. This is just my opinion and what works for me and tips that I could give y'all. The longer brushes just hold more product, so therefore it's going to cover more space, like I said, which you don't really want to when you're doing nail art. You kind of want to stay in that small space to draw those characters. And another tip is do not use your whole brush to draw. Use the tip of your brush. So when you pick up that product, make sure you wipe it off of the brush, some of the product off of the brush, to where it's not a big old glob, because you just want it to be right at the tip so you could do those faint thin lines. Now this is like the huge biggest tip of them all. Before you even start drawing, you want to look at your inspo pic of your character and see what colors are underneath and what colors are overlapping. Now the color that's underneath is of course her face. If y'all didn't know, I'm drawing Smurfette, so her face is underneath her hair. Her face is not on top of her hair, it's underneath, so therefore her hair will be overlapping her face. So of course I'm going to start off with the blue first. With drawing the shapes that form the characters, the best tips I can give y'all, because I can't really give y'all any tips on drawing the shapes because everybody draw things differently. Everybody have a different process of drawing things. So the best thing I could give y'all about that is do it in sections. Don't try to draw the full shape. So let's say you're trying to draw an oval or a circle or a triangle. Don't just go in and try to draw the full shape. Do it in sections. Y'all, I was really struggling with this little arm to get it. Just don't worry about that. So that comes to another point. Make sure you cure everything as you go. Because if you wipe something off and you wipe off the whole design, you go be hot. So the best advice is to cure it as you go. So therefore, when you wipe off something, you're just wiping off that one little piece. I wanted to start a little discussion. So down in the comments, let me know, have y'all ever dealt with this? So when I wasn't taking clients for a while and I started back taking clients, y'all, I was scared, like shaking in my boots type of scared. It's not that I wasn't confident in my work. I feel like when I really analyzed it and thought back to it, I was like, I was just scared of what other people would think about my work. And I really had to get out of that. Like when I'll go back and look at pictures of my nails, I'll be like, why are you scared? Like, girl, this work is good. Like, why are you scared? I don't know. It's just be in the moment. I feel like you are your worst critic. And I just be having to get out of that. Like, girl, your work is good. Like, stop overthinking. But then on the other hand, it's kind of a good thing. It's like good and bad. I feel like it's good because you're always going to want to evolve and do better, if that makes sense. Like, I'm always going to want to do better than I did the last time. But then it's also bad because it's like nothing's ever going to be good enough. As I was doing this character, I was like, that line could have been straighter. That could have been more over to the side. It's like, girl, let it go. Just move on. We'll be here all night. Just move on. I'm going to let y'all continue to watch this as I work, because I will not be cutting out any of the parts where I mess up at, because that's how I'm able to give y'all these tips. It's from my mistakes. So I'm going to see y'all in the next clip. So you guys, I am back. When picking up the gel, I noticed that it can create bubbles. Now, the bubbles that I have noticed form from like mixing the gel together like with the brush a lot. So I noticed that I have to start like scooping the gel with the brush instead of mixing the brush together in the gel, because that will form bubbles, and then when you paint on the character, the bubbles are going to show on the character, and you don't want that. That is not cute. But an easy way to pop them, if they do show on the bubbles, you could just poke at them with the tip of your art brush, and that should pop them. That's usually what I do if I see a lot or just one. Just pop it. It's not really like you could stop the bubbles from forming. I wish you could, but it's like you have to mix. When you're mixing a gel polish, you have to mix it together. Like there's no other way to mix it together. Y'all, this is where all that curing came in handy, because with this outline, I was struggling. Now, it's not like I never outlined anything before, because I have, but I guess because it was these small spaces, it was like, oh, it was like getting to me. Like at this point, I was literally about to say F it, because the first time I didn't catch this part, but I thought I had put the nail in the light all the way. And when I say the light, I'm talking about the curing light. I thought I put it in all the way. Y'all, I drew that line and I was like, it's messed up. I went to wipe that line off and I saw almost half of the design came off. I just wanted to throw the nail across the room. I was over it. But I'm here now to tell y'all what I went through with the struggles of doing this nail. And we're almost towards the end of the video, so y'all know I made it. I finished. I stuck through. But as y'all can see, I kept having to wipe the nail off because I just didn't like it. And instead of me curing the things that I did like if I draw one little line, I could cure it. I could be like, okay, I like that. That's good. When I wipe it off, I won't have to start all over again. But instead of me doing that, I was not curing it. Therefore, I would have to wipe off the whole outline. Ugh. But to say the least, I got through it. I finished the nail. And this has come towards the end of the video. And let me know down in the comments below, did any of these tips help y'all? Did y'all know any of these tips? Will y'all use any of these tips? And follow my socials down below. And I'm going to see you on my next one. Bye.